US President Donald Trump says that could be a meeting with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi likely in the month of February. The next month, there could be the big meeting coming in between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi. Remember, both of them have shown a certain bonhomie, and US President Donald Trump has said Prime Minister Modi would probably be visiting the White House for a meeting in February. I quote him here first. He told the reporters aboard the Air Force One, I had a long talk with him this morning. He's going to be coming to the White House over next month, probably February. We have a very good relationship with India. Everything came up with regard to the issues he mentioned, especially when he was asked about were certain issues that were discussed. We're looking at, remember, trade ties, defense ties with the USA. Modi and Trump definitely have shown a certain camaraderie over the past few years. And with the return of Trump, will India-USA relationship become better? So month of February, and if I'm correct, this may become the first meeting of Donald Trump with an international leader of the state in case there is no other immediate meeting scheduled. This is going to be very interesting and we'll be tracking that. Let's get in a view of what this could possibly mean. Joining me, senior correspondent from the PTI, joining me from Washington, D.C., Lalit Jha. Lalit, thank you for speaking to India Today and joining us right now. You tell me, what exactly did Donald Trump say aboard the Air Force One? And what do you think could be the significance of this meeting with Prime Minister Modi?
First of all, thank you and good morning to all your viewers. President Trump described in detail the phone call he had with Prime Minister Modi this morning, yesterday for India time. He said he had a long conversation and during which he discussed a lot of issues, all the issues were discussed, including immigration as well. The readout was already issued, but he did say that Prime Minister Modi would be visiting the White House and the U.S. Next month, and most probably in February. As far as I know, if you remember, after his victory, Prime Minister Modi was one of the top 3 leaders who he had phone call with. I guess it's going to be the same thing. President Trump also indicated that the Israeli Prime Minister might be visiting U.S. soon.
Okay.
So my sense is Prime Minister Modi's trip to the U.S. could be among the top 3 ones of the foreign leaders he will be visiting. It should be remembered that when in the first term, President Trump's last foreign visit was to India. And he has a very, very good and fond relationship with India and Prime Minister Modi as well.
What would be the ties, Lalit, you feel could be on the agenda as in when they meet? Because there would be a lot of expectations from this tenure of Donald Trump and the ongoing friendship, so to say, we have seen between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi.
President Trump thinks that among his very few world leaders, he has a very good friendship with Prime Minister Modi. And he loves the people of India, as he has repeatedly said. He has also said today that he has a very good relationship with India and the relationship is going to continue further. And I guess the main theme would be setting the tone of this relationship between the world's largest and world's oldest democracies for the next 4 years.
Lalit, would we be correct to say, and I understand there are a lot of meetings that Donald Trump would have in the course of days, but possibly with an international dignitary or the leader of a country, that Prime Minister Modi could actually become that first international guest to the White House if this happens in the early part of February?
I can't say for sure now because they're common friends, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from Israel, who is a good friend of Prime Minister Modi and good friend of President Trump. He's also scheduled to come. So it might be a scheduling issue, but definitely he will be among the top 3.
I do have one more question. With the kind of peace, prosperity, security, trade issues that we are expecting, what we have seen with Donald Trump in 2.0 has been a lot of scathing remarks. He's already had tensions with the Latin American nation. There's between Mexico and America, there's been an emergency, then Colombia, then of course with Russia as well. Do you think with India, therefore, there would be a lot of global curious watchers about how does that relationship go? Because for now, thankfully, no tensions, but immigration, tariff could become a concern.
The 2 visits that External Affairs Minister S. Shankar had to DC, one in December around Christmas, another one during the inauguration, he had very good conversation with the top leadership of the Trump administration, and they have laid the strong foundation for the next 4 years. I don't visualize any major irritation in the relationship between the two countries while Trump and Modi are around.
Lalit, as you are based in the Washington, D.C., what is your understanding of the Indian Americans or Indian citizens, Indian nationals who are there on either a work visa, student visa? Do you sense a concern right now with the return of Trump administration, and could there be some ways be decided to allay those fears?
Definitely, Indian government and the Prime Minister Modi has always battled for the welfare and safety and security of Indian citizens wherever they are in the world, right? Prime Minister Modi and his government has never shied away from taking up Indian causes with any of the administration, be the Trump administration, the Biden administration, or the Obama administration. You have seen how Indian government has gone out of its way to bring back its citizens from wherever they are stuck. So I'm sure when External Affairs Minister Jaishankar was here, he took up the cause of Indians who are living here, especially on H-1B visa and others. And you have seen that those remarks coming up in public domain. There is a policy here of the new administration against illegal immigrants. They are targeting a lot of illegal immigrants. Raids are being done over a lot of places. And they would be deported back to the country. There is a uniform policy from the Trump administration coming around, and India will not be an exception to that. And India has already taken a step ahead. Indian External Affairs Minister and the U.S. government have already talked about it, how they be processed to identify them and bring them back to India. And in this, there are a lot of people from India who have come here, quite a sizable number of them who have been involved in, who have some cases already in India, right? And they will be, I think, they will be first one to be deported back home.
All right, Lalit, thank you very much for giving your perspective and for helping us understand about what exactly is happening on the ground. And we'll be looking forward to this meeting between Prime Minister Modi and US President Donald Trump. Lalit, thank you very much.